Nikol from Nikol Beauty. I'm going to let me just put a little hair oil just to tame the hair. And then I'll put it back. I have these bags are designer on. Felt that it was necessary. And you know what I was just doing? I just finished. I'm trying to finish all of my product for the year so I can start fresh. And I take my Nikol roller, and when it's a jar like this, I don't like sticking my fingers into a jar. I literally just scoop it out and I put it on. So I have that really nice little cooling cryotherapy, if you will. And then I put these bags are designer. That's what my eye patches are called. They come in this little case, and you can put the eye roller in there too. So today is the last day of the sale. That's why I wanted to come on and do this with you today at 12:30 and also at night. Tonight, we're going to be doing 2 different classes. Today is Stop Creasing and Caking for over 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90s. And then tonight, we're going to do Why Your Makeup Looks Aging at Night. I think that's a really great one, especially since the holidays are coming up. So like I had said, today is the last day of our Black Friday sale. I wanted to extend it one extra day because I know how that can be a little overwhelming. And then you feel like you missed out, but we have an extra day. So today, December 2nd, it will end. And not quite sure why we're so high. My brows are kind of settling down from my little lamination that I did, which is great. So we have the bag. We will sell out of this. We do have just a little bit left, which is my exclusive makeup bag that I always create one for you each year. So it's really nice that you have enough room in here. Oh, this is my little cheat sheet of everything that's on sale. And then my little Post-its. You can use it for anything besides makeup also, obviously. So this is really nice that you'll get $125 or more. You'll be able to get your exclusive makeup bag, USD dollars. So what I'm going to do is, I think that this is really an important topic. I've done this multiple different times on YouTube. You might have not caught that video. Maybe it was in a longer video. Maybe you've seen this before here on lives. But I think that the creasing and caking is really an important topic for mature women, because you don't want your makeup creasing and caking and making you look older or making your skin just not look radiant and revived. So we have a lot of different issues as we're aging, and it's completely natural. You have more fine lines and wrinkles. You have texture. I mean, it's skin. It's living tissue. This is what's supposed to happen. It's a little strange if you didn't have this happening to your skin. Oh, let me take this off. This is I had a blemish, and I thought that I would do one of my little acne little spotters to help it. Usually it's overnight, but oh, ladies, I forgot to say hello. Hi, Vicki from Arizona, Julie from California, Anne-Marie from Albany, New York. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you here. I know that it's a little bit of a different time, but I thought we could just get on during lunch and hi, Jerry, and do something like you can maybe get some good tidbits out of it, right? You could get some takeaways. Maybe there's one thing you'll learn today. Maybe it's a little refresher. Maybe it's just fun to be on a live and be able to, ask questions in real time. So what I'm going to do is, I could have brought that out too, but you know what? We're going to concentrate on just complexion since I have an hour with you. Let me put that over here. And we're going to really make the complexion. Obviously, we have a blemish, we have some redness, we have pigmentation, we have all of the things, but we don't want to add too much to the skin. We really want the skin to be even toned, but not looking cakey and having your foundation separate. It really all starts with skin prep, but not too much, the right products. Because if you overwhelm your skin, you're going to have a problem with your makeup, no matter what makeup you're using. So we want to really target what happens. We have thinner skin. We might be using formulas that are for younger girls and not for our skin type. I have been doing a lot of research. I have some really great videos coming out for you also on YouTube. And I think that they're going to be really great for us about just really diving into more knowledge and ingredients. Maybe you're using the wrong tools. This is the best tools right now that do the work for you. This is on sale, our Essential Makeup Brush Kit. If, I'll call out the products if you're new to Nikol Beauty, what I think would be products to start with that are iconic, that are going to really change the game for you in your makeup. The Essential Makeup Brush Kit is one of them. 10 vegan brushes, ultra, ultra soft. I made them that way because I did not want, I want you to look forward to doing your makeup. I don't want you to be like, oh, a brush, it's like so scratchy or it really irritates my eye. They're very, very soft intentionally because I know what that feels like sitting in a makeup chair having brushes that don't feel good. So the wrong tools could create texture on the skin. We've talked about this. We've talked about technique and placement and also the pressure of when you're doing your makeup. So we're going to go through that. And we can't skip the skin prep. So I'm just going to show you 2 products that I'm using today. And we're going to do light hydration, not overwhelming my skin with my hydration. Again, I'm working through my product. This is Sonsi Super Serum. I'm going to use this on my skin to prep. It's just enough moisture for me. You're going to have to figure out what's going to be best for your skin type. Do you have extreme dehydration? Maybe you would go into an essence first, and then, or maybe a heavier serum, but not going into a cream. I'll show you this essence I really like that I bought from Darphin. It's a biphase, so you can see you have to shake it up. I put it on in my hands. I don't put it on a cotton ball. And then it has this really beautiful serum texture. So I put it all over my face and it's just enough. I don't need to add another. Just depends on what my skin's doing. So something to think about that you might want to do. It's a dual replenishing treatment essence. There's a bunch of different ones that are on the market like this. I really like that. Getting back into, as an esthetician, the brands that I really liked back in the day, the ones that people don't talk about because they're not linked with a celebrity or it's not trendy. I don't think half these girls know what they're putting on their face because it's what everybody else is doing. So they're just doing the same thing. We're going to, as mature women, dive deep into what products you should look into, what you should be using that don't have all of the fluff and all of the, PR marketing behind it, like the real deal. That's what we're going to be doing over on YouTube. So just enough. This is great. Now I'm going to be using my Dr. Perry Cone. This is an eyelid lift serum. It is made for the eyelids. So I'm going to do that real quick because we are going to target. I just do, do you see how small? Just do not overwhelm your eyes with the eye serum. It spreads. This was on sale 40% off on Nordstrom. I did link it on one of my videos for you because I know that you were asking. I don't know what's happening with I did have, there's my drinks. Do you see how dark my eyelids are right now? We need to lift everything and brighten everything. Sorry, I know that's annoying. Not quite sure what's happening. Now, what we need to do is we need to go in with our face primer. I have just used my serum lightweight. I am prepping the skin. It's not going to be dry, dehydrated, and then trying to put makeup on over. We know what's going to happen with that. So we have a silicone-free, velvety smooth, fiercely smooth face primer. This is going to really help your makeup go on really smoothly. It's going to prime your skin. It's fragrance-free. It has hibiscus extract in it. And it's nice. It has like a burst of hydration, but I also made it pink, so it's still brightening the skin. Every step of the way, we are brightening the skin. We are treating the skin. So I just do one pump and I use my fingers. I'm going to go into my T-zone because that's really where I have my texture. I want to smooth this out. It's going to obviously cover the rest of my skin, but I'm not overwhelming. I'm not doing tons of pumps and then trying to put it all on and then feel like, oh, I have so much. Where do I put it? You just want enough and you're going to feel that it sets up. This will really grip your foundation or your BB cream. So this is how I do it. Obviously, we have beautiful texture with that blemish. And just the rest of it will be my forehead coming out, just like this. So just have just the right amount. You can see I used all of it. It's perfect. When I do a pump and a half, 2 pumps, I get a little crazy. I'm like, I just wasted the product. So now you feel really like there's a very big difference between having nothing on your skin and going right into your makeup, or putting too much on, and then you layer it with your SPF and all these things. And then it's like, oh gosh, I feel like I have so much on my skin before I even touch any makeup. So you want to be really mindful of that. You want to layer properly, and you want them to be really nice and thin, but giving you that moisture. I'm going to have a little sip of my LaCroix. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we're going to start off first with the eye primer. Because of your creasing of your eyeshadow, I hear it all the time, your eyeshadow doesn't look true, it doesn't last, and it creases. So I have my eye primer, has vitamin E in it. It's a creamy formulation, but it goes on like it's a cream to like a silky powder. So you don't need a ton. You need to lift the color, and you want your eyeshadow to not crease, not have that line in the middle by 3 p.m. This is how you do that. I'm going to be just using our concealer brush. This comes separate from, I redesigned it this year. It comes separate. So you could have a couple if you wanted to. And all I do is, again, it's not about putting on as much product as possible. It's really about being intentional, because you have to think about it. You might think you're not putting on a lot, but then you're like, wow, it just seems like there's so much, or it creases already. Well, that's because you've used too much. So I've hit pan on this, but I still have time. I still will utilize this product around, and I just tap on it like that. I'm not putting it in, swirling it around. If I did do that, you're going to pick up way too much on this brush. And then look how small this area is. And actually I have larger eyes, so you might have smaller eyes. So you might just tap a couple times. But you have to think about that. Like, if things aren't working for you, it's most probably, and this goes along with any skincare line or any makeup line, it's most probably not the makeup. It's you and how you are applying it, how you're picking the product up. You really have to think about that. It's really about technique. And that's why I keep showing up on lives on my YouTube. So you get the technique, so you can troubleshoot. You can say, oh my gosh, I was actually doing that, and I didn't even think I was doing that. Wow, that's interesting, because we're so robotic when we do our makeup. So what I'm doing is I'm going from the base up to my brow bone. I always start in the middle, because I feel like if I did happen to have more than I wanted to, and I start in the inner corner, where does the product go? It has nowhere to go. And then it's going to be too much piled up in here. I don't want to go to the end here, because I don't need a ton, it's like less pigmented at the very end here. So I go in the middle where I have most of my pigmentation, and then I bring it out to the side here. So the concentrations here, I can be in control of the product. I come down into my inner corner, and you are seeing in real time how I have basically just eradicated that darkness on my eye. Right? This is not, I don't even leave the house without doing eye primer. I've had this product for over 16 years. Cannot do makeup without it. You'll see it also on multiple eyes over on my Fierce Aging series that I've had for 7 years now. I think that 2026 is going to be our 8th season, which is very exciting. Again, we're going to open up the casting again. We start filming in February through August, September, depending on schedules. And we would love to have you, if you feel drawn to share your story, your beauty, your triumphs, your tribulations with my audience in the world. We would love to have you. You can email Bridget at nikolbeauty.com for the casting whole breakdown. And we would love, I cannot wait to see the season of the new ladies this year. So inspiring. And you can see all of these products on their skin, their texture, their pigmentation, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I'm hoping to get a lot of ladies in their 90s this year. And we had a Henrietta 101. So I'm hoping that we can get some women that are over 100, over 100. I think we can do it. So if you know anyone, spread the word, because it'll be very exciting. So you can see, this is an iconic product. If you were going to buy any product that's on sale, this is 30% off now, which I think that's true. I think I've read these to you so many times over the last couple weeks. Let me just make sure we have here eye primer. Let me just check. Yep, 30%. Really great. You're not going to ever know how you did your makeup without the eye primer. So this is an iconic product, the base of all your makeup, giving you this really beautiful look and not this. You're so used to seeing this, and it's not, this is not the way to do it. So we're going to now do the same thing on the other eye, down in that inner corner, because you know this is like where really nice in blues, grays, because of that shadowing of your nose. Tap in a little bit more because I didn't have as much that I did on the other eye, and kind of just make sure. Now, since I'm not going to be putting eyeshadow on this because we're doing really about creasing and complexion, I'm going to set it with my Nikita Banana. This is my brightening powder. It's a pressed powder. It's talc-free. It's gluten-free. This is going to be really nice because we need to put something on. It is made to have something on it, not just to be, you know, free willy, just hanging out there. Because it's a cream product, yes, it will crease if you don't lay it with a powder and eyeshadow. That is the whole point of this product. Let's see here. Let's just go in with, we're going to go in with my eyeshadow blending brush. I'm just going to swirl it in here, and we're going to just set my powder really quickly, or set my eye primer very quickly. Perfect. Now let's talk about complexion. We have lots of different options. We've prepped, we've primed, so we don't have to worry about grabbing. We want to help with this discoloration. I can help with color. Can't really help with texture when it's bumpy and it's raised. That's fine. But we're going to color correct. Color correcting is a really important step for mature women. It's also a step that's easily overlooked because I think a lot of women don't know about it, or they think, oh, it's another step. Ugh, I cannot add another step into it. Well, by color correcting, you could possibly take out a product that you don't need, like maybe a concealer. So it's not another step. It's actually a tool to help you really get that even tone, get what you're looking for. Again, we're not, at least here at Nikol Beauty, we're not trying to make women that are 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s look 20 or 30. That's what's so different about my channel. I'm not taking my 75-year-old, fantastic, beautiful woman and trying to make her look like she doesn't recognize herself. It's not my philosophy. It never has been. It's about enhancing your beauty. It's about, what are your problems? Is it really dark circles? Is it bags? Is it the pigmentation on the side of your face? Well, we have tools to help you feel more confident, feel more put together. It's not about trying to erase anything. I mean, again, the philosophy is that it's a privilege to age. You should be really leaning into it. If there's things that you don't like, then do the Botox, do the facelift, do all of the things. I have nothing to do with that. That's your choice. That's your option. Women have that choice. My philosophy is that, you know, I don't do the Botox. I don't do the filler. Have I before in my life? Yes. But I'm choosing not to. And I'm working with what I have. And I think that it's an interesting journey. I'm enjoying it because I'm really being able to say, oh, I have pigmentation in my eyes. I know I have a product that fixes that. I don't have to worry about it. I have pigmentation underneath my eyes. Like, I'm working really hard with my skincare to really get that lightened. That's going to be one of your keys, I feel, in just general, is if you work on your skin, you need less makeup. You look more radiant. You're really treating your skin. Again, as an esthetician, that's really important for me to explain to you that you can't neglect the skin. It doesn't matter if you have sun damage or you feel like you haven't, been having a routine your whole entire life and you're 73. I have had women on my channel that said they just started their skincare in their 70s and their skin looks amazing because now they're actually treating it. So don't say that you're too old, you haven't done it. With so many different aspects of being a woman, you can do it. You can pick it up at any time. It's never too late. So a color corrector is something that's going to really help you lift the color. Concealers only can do so much. It can conceal, but can it really change the color, lighten it up, do all of the things that you want it to do without first addressing the pigmentation, the redness? So I have Just Peachy, which is in like a little crayon. I'm almost actually out. I got some from the studio recently. That you twist from the bottom. It comes up like this. Mine's slanted because I always use it like on an angle. So this is going to really lift that color here. The way I apply it is that I like to come where I have the pigmentation. I will move this up, but I don't want to go right underneath my eye because where is going to happen? You're going to have a lot of product. It's a creamy product and it's going to crease if you put too much product on. You can always go back and add. It's just very hard to, like, you put on so much and then you feel like, oh, now I need to take it off. And you want to be able to add. You don't want to have to really subtract. So if I needed more, I can add more. So this is what, for me, works. I don't want to go here and here because I have the pigmentation here. You don't follow what everybody says you have to do, whatever. You create your own rules. It's your face. I mean, if you have pigmentation in these areas and they're saying, no, you can't put, color corrector or anything there. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. So I do have, this is where I have my pigmentation. I'll go over it. I'm lifting that first. So my BB cream doesn't have to be layered so much. It's going to nicely lift this over here. I just do it like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I have enough here. Now, at the same time, I have this blemish that just decided to come up today. Same concept, twist from the bottom. This has shea butter in it, these two. And then this is the red blemish will be canceled by the green color corrector. So green cancels out red. And, if I had any other redness around like here, I'm going to do it like this, almost like a little mosaic. So now what we want to do is we're going to take our concealer brush, and this is about technique again. Again, I don't use sponges. For the most part, I just don't feel that I can sanitize sponges. If you feel like you can, that's great. I always use disposable everything in my treatment room because it creeped me out. And that's just, I like disposable. And I like to use a brush where I feel like it's not taking away. It's not picking up all the product and taking it away. I want it to be here. But I also want to be pressing in the product just like this. I'm not sweeping it all across. I don't need to do that. First of all, I don't want to be tugging on my skin, but I also am trying to lighten this area here. This will melt into the skin. You see that I started down here. I'm building it up underneath the eye. It'll be just enough in that inner corner, bringing it down. So I'm lightening. Sometimes I don't even need a concealer. I'll bring it down just like this. And then I do the same thing over here, bringing it down. And then, so it's almost like stippling. Do you see? It's not a hard pressure. I'm not creating a lot of drama on the skin. I'm just working this in. Now, if you feel a little bit more comfortable with your finger and the heat of your finger, you can do that. But it's also kind of like a roll and push. It's not back and forth. You want to just press this into the skin. The whole idea is to have the product melt into the skin, lightening and brightening the pigmentation, the darkness, making you look more revived, like you've slept. We're taking away that darkness. Now, what happens if you just decide, well, you know what, I don't feel like doing that step. I have a lot of darkness, whatever, my concealer will handle it for me. You're either using a very heavy concealer that's going to basically just like blanch out the skin, could look unnatural. Again, if it's working for you, then that's great. Keep doing what you're doing. But what happens is that if you have that darkness, the grays, the blues, everything that goes on, and then you just put your concealer over, it's like you're mixing the concealer with the darkness, the same exact thing that you could be doing on your lid. So then you get like a third color. So then it gets muddy and then you're like frustrated. Like, why is this not lifting? Why doesn't it look good? I put the concealer on. It's because it's mixing in with your skin color underneath, those blues and the grays and the darkness. So that's why we want to lift this first. Then we assess, like, do we lift enough? Do I need a little bit more coverage? Is there a little bit more that we could do? I'll show you that. The color corrector here and here, I'll use my foundation buffing brush. It's just a little bit easier since it's I need more surface area. Again, I'm not swirling it all around and going like this. I am tapping into this area because it needs to stay where I have the pigmentation. So I'm lightening up all of this. I'm not trying to eradicate everything on my face. I don't do that. I don't think it looks natural. I'm helping, I'm lifting, and I am color correcting. So I'm putting this into the skin here. Now, with the no redness, let's go back to my concealer brush because it's in this little area. Another brush you can use, it's really fun, is this comes in your kit. It's the dual brush. So you have the concealer on one side, a little bit larger. You can use this for your lip too if you wanted to. But on the other side, you have your lip brush. You can see I still have a little bit of my Confidence lipstick on there, the red, because that's what I use it for when you want to be really specific. So you could use the concealer because it's more of a pointed compared to my dense rounded here. That's really great for underneath the eyes, but like little areas here that you want to get in under, this brush is really nice for that. So we're going to just lighten up that redness that was around my nose area. Let's bring it up. This is where I really normally get redness. Not so much here now because I have those other glasses I'm wearing. So that's good. They're not as heavy, creating that major ridge. And then we're going to go over this little blemish. Now, I'll work this in, and then maybe I'll just do a little. This just literally came up this morning, so it's a little bit more red than I would love. We'll just kind of give a little silk screen to it, if you will. Now, moving on to complexion. So it's really, what you desire in the texture of what you're using. Do you want a heavier foundation? Do you want a lighter foundation? Do you want to feel like there's really nothing on your skin? I think that mature women should really focus in on going for radiance, hydration. You want the coverage, but you don't want it to look like you have coverage on your whole face. You don't want to look like you have foundation on. So I have formulated 2 different products for you that I feel are just really wonderful and work so well with the skin. And I see it, I've always told you, I can't wait in the makeup tutorial part when I'm on Fierce Aging to get to the complexion, because that's when all the magic happens. We've had the eyes done, and then we're color correcting, and then we get to the skin and it just pops. It just looks so beautiful and radiant. So I did do a video on the difference between my BB cream and my serum foundation for you, because I wanted you to have a dedicated video which you could go and watch on YouTube that gives you gives you more in depth, because it's very hard now that I'm doing an hour show for lives. Someone asked me at the very end and I felt like it just didn't give it justice. So I did a dedicated video for you between the BB cream and the serum foundation. So I wanted you to have 2 options. The BB cream on here, it says it's Complexion Blur. So it's going to be heavier than your tinted moisturizer. I don't love tinted moisturizers because I feel like they don't do anything. I need the skin to be like airbrushed, but not look like you're wearing something. So I made this semi-matte. I didn't want it to be super glossy and greasy and feeling like it's just going to slip and slide on the skin. We have 4 different colors for you. When it comes to the BB cream, it's in this airless pump. You just pump out. I use a pump and a half. That's plenty. If you do get down to the very bottom, you can repurpose and cut the tube open. I did think about doing a hard case, and I thought, no, I love cutting mine just to get all of the extras out. So I know you'll love that too. And then I made them fragrance free. This has cockadoo plum in it, so it's vitamin C, has a really nice hydration benefits, but it's not overwhelming the skin. And then you have a serum foundation, depending on, this is very light. It really melts into the skin. It has salicylic acid in it. So over time, it's going to really nicely with the texture of your skin be beneficial. So we have a couple new colors coming out in December with this product. You have to shake this serum foundation. I'm going to do serum on one side. I'll do BB cream on the other so you can see. But you'll see how light this is. It's so beautiful because you don't need a lot. I do about 4 drops depending on if I'm doing my fingers or with the brush. I'm using light medium with my BB cream, and I'm using light with my serum foundation. So I do a pump and then I do just the half. So you can see that is the BB cream. You can see that it has that that really, it's not like moussey. It's just like this really nice formulation that is going to give you that hydration. You can see it's not going anywhere. It's really a beautiful, it was very, it took me 2 years to come out with that. Then when you do the serum foundation, this is a new formulation that I created for the line. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'll see. Do you see how thin that is? Do you see how it just streams down? So it depends on what you're wanting to do. This is just, melting into the skin. Very, very, very light, buildable. But if you're wanting to have that just really kind of like silky seamless, this would be something that would maybe appeal to you. The BB cream, you're going to see, is more of that kind of just it's so weird. I want to say like a mousse kind of feel to it. It's very creamy. It's very lightweight though still too. I like to apply the BB cream with the foundation buffing brush. And this is a little strange because I'm doing 2 different mediums. Hold on a second. Straightening down my hand, making sure. With the BB cream, the application I always do is like this first. I want to get the BB cream on the skin, seeing what's going on. Then I will do more of that buffing motion with the foundation buffing brush. So you can feel the hydration right away, and it gives you that radiance still. So it's semi-matte, but it's not matte. It's not dulling down the skin. I didn't want that for my mature customer. I wanted you to have something that really just felt amazing, gave you the hydration, really blurred out your complexion, but didn't make you feel like, oh, I can feel it all day, or I feel like it's going to move if I touch it. So this is my everyday, easy, kind of like, even if you just wanted to do a BB cream and call it a day, and that's all you did, you can do that. Now, with the this light's very bright. With the serum foundation, you can see this bright light here. This is going to give you very, very polished skin, lightweight. I can put it on with my fingers if I want to. Sometimes I like to just kind of feel like where it's going and how much I need. You don't necessarily always need a face primer with it. I feel like it has such beautiful silkiness to it that you might not feel like you need that. Figure out how that works with you when you're putting it on. Everybody's different with their skin. Also, everybody's using a different product underneath their skin. So we get a new BB cream or a foundation buffing brush, and we'll just buff the rest of it in. See how I'm not taking it all around. I'm literally placing it on my skin in very, very light technique. It's not going to build up too much if I take a ton and then I'm just trying to like work it all in. If you have too much and you're trying to do all of that, especially with the serum, it's really about getting this really beautiful complexion. That's the idea. It's not about how much can I pile on my skin. I would start off with maybe 2 or 3 drops to kind of see how it goes on to your skin. But you have just a really pretty, you can't even feel it, which is really what I wanted. I wanted you to have that option because I know a lot of you don't like wearing foundations. I feel like I get a decent coverage too when it comes to like blemishes like this that are pretty red. And then I get that still radiant, but not looking like I have heaviness. It's not going to cake. It's not going to crease. And I've tried this out. The BB cream I have tried out here in South Florida during the hot summer. And I always wear jeans and jacket to work. And so when I was taking out the garbage to the dumpster, I was like, this is really great. I'm taking out these really big, heavy bags. I'm sweating. I wanted to see what happened to the BB cream. If I was a woman going to work, or I was in different climates and it was really hot and humid. It's very humid here. Did not separate, didn't get greasy, and it didn't feel like when I looked at my skin, I was like, oh, good. It still looks the same like it did. that was really impressive to me because I put it through so many different things that I was doing, whether it was working out, wanted to just see how it performed. Then the serum foundation, it gives you this beautiful hydration radiance to the skin, not dry, so it doesn't dry out throughout the day or the evening. And I was thinking, well, maybe because I'm here in South Florida. So when I went to Las Vegas last summer, I was there for work and I thought, okay, let me just use the serum foundation. Now we have no humidity. It's 115 degrees. Let's see what happens when I'm out and about outside with my jacket and everything on. And it just looked beautiful. Also, I was surprised because I thought it hydrated my skin. It didn't make my skin look dry. It didn't dry it out. I thought it was going to be like, oh gosh, it's going to be, I'm going to see it. Like I felt like it was definitely going to start to be apparent that I had my serum foundation on, and it didn't, which was really nice. That was a surprise for me. And then when I was in Italy, I exclusively used the serum foundation. I just liked the fact that I didn't have to use that much. I got this really beautiful complexion. I didn't want to spend a lot of time before our excursions putting on makeup and everything. So I decided to try something different because I usually would go to the BB cream, and I did the serum foundation. And I just loved how my skin looked throughout the day and evening, and it just stayed beautiful. So I think you would obviously bring this down on your neck and keep it all, together. You don't stop just here. You can bring it down. And that's really a nice thing. Now the soft set, let's say I needed to do a little concealer. My color corrector was great, but I just need a little bit more. I have the creamy concealer that I created for you in 3 different colors. And I created the wand so you have all of the product at the tip. So that's where when you bring it out, this little doe foot has the product right at that tip, because I wanted you to, if you have that crease, you have that hard line, right? Maybe you have a bag and then you have that hard line that's dark and deep. I didn't want you to have too much concealer on. I wanted you to be more precise. I wanted you to be able to say, okay, I wanted it right there, I want it right here, and I want it right here. Not like you stamped a big concealer or doe foot and then you're like, well, now I have too much, or you really didn't want to be overwhelmed with the product. So I have hyaluronic acid in this. This is not too watery and it's not too thick. It moves with your skin. So you're not going to get that creasing. Again, it really depends on how much product you're applying. You have to think about that too. Maybe you're so used to using different products that you're using the same amount and you're finding it to be too much. Try to alter your makeup application so you can say, you know what, with this formula, I need this, but when I'm using a different one, I need a little bit more, or whatever is going to work for you. But paying attention to that is really ideal to really get the best outcome when it comes to your concealer. Now, I'm just going to use my concealer brush again. And again, the same kind of technique. I'm going to be pressing it right where I need it and not going anywhere else. Okay. I don't need to, again, I'm not swirling it. I'm not going back and forth. When you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning, you might tend to fall back into the way you normally put your concealer on. Maybe you're wiping it. Maybe you're think about the application technique. That's going to be part of your success, is basically, and it doesn't take you too long. For the women that are saying, I don't have that much time, then cut it back to what's really important for you. Is it pigmentation? Is it bringing life to your face? Is it bringing color to your face? Concentrate on those. But when you have tools like an eye primer that's going to instantly brighten your eye, takes 2 seconds. If you're in a real rush, sometimes with the eye primer, not always ideal because it's a big brush, but with my foundation buffing brush, I will take it and I will just go across. That's if you're in a real pinch and you need to go, but there is time to do what you need to do to be able to feel that you're putting your best face forward. It doesn't need to take a lot of time. Again, when I'm teaching, obviously it takes longer because I want to really drive home certain points, certain techniques, certain ways of applying things, and not just kind of like skip over a bunch of things and then you're kind of lost and clueless. It's about taking back the power as a mature woman applying just what you need. Again, I've told you don't need every single product on the market. I want you to be intentional. I want you to be in a curated state with your makeup, not like, ugh, so overwhelmed. I open the drawer and have all this old product and I have all this product and I feel so bad. I bought it, I got to use it, but I'm not using it. This is a great month to go through all of those drawers and say, well, too bad. I bought it and I didn't use it. Now it's expired. You don't want to be using expired makeup. You know, you have to be where it's like, this is going to be my new routine. I only have the products that really work for me, that support my face, support my skin, support the look that I'm wanting to do, or the woman I'm wanting to become in 2026, starting with that. But having a ton of stuff and not using it means nothing. I mean, there's no point in having it, it's not paying rent in your drawer, right? It shouldn't be taking up space, and it's visual clutter and it makes you overwhelmed. So you have to really dial into that. That's something that I would suggest for you. I just did my little makeup bag. I have it. I just showed it on Instagram. I'm very organized because I'm done with trying to find everything or, oh gosh, what? I just have everything that I use. I know exactly what it's going to look like. I'm not going to be surprised. It supports the look that I want, whether it's a day look or an evening look. And that's really where I want you to get for 2026. And we're going to be continuing to work together throughout these quarters, these months, and we'll have new ideas. And I think that the lives are a really great way for me to teach, but you to be able to ask too. On YouTube, you really can't ask. In the comments, yes. And I do read the comments and I try to answer back really important questions about that video. But this is a really great time. And maybe we'll have some of these lives where we just do a Q&A. And, I'll prep you before. You can check the schedule and you can come with your questions. And, that would be, hopefully very beneficial for you too. All right. So now we have everything. We're doing the soft set. So I'm going to go back to my Nikita Banana. This is my brightening powder that I mentioned to you. It's a pressed brightening powder and it's gluten-free, talc-free. The reason why it's named Nikita Banana is because it's my alter ego. According to my girlfriends, it's back when I was in my early 20s. They were like, is Nikita Banana coming out tonight? And I thought, oh my gosh, it must be, when I'm not working, I must be really laid back and really fun. So Nikita Banana is coming out. So we have the Nikita Banana. I have my blending brush. You can see all the names are on the brush, so you don't ever have to feel lost. And I just roll it like this. So I'm not picking up a lot of product because it's a blending brush. So it doesn't have dense hairs. It's more fluffy. So that's something to think about. I wouldn't go in with a powder brush. Do you see how much hair and how dense it is? If I went to this and tried to go underneath hair, I'm depositing too much product. That's where you run into the problem of getting that creasiness, getting powder looking dry, cakey, aging the skin, showing texture. So think about that. Maybe you are using a very dense brush, picking up powder and putting it on and thinking, oh no, why does it look like that? Because you need less. You just need enough to be able to set what we've done. This is a creamy product. I have it on my brush here. And what I like to do is I go into the corner again. You see, I'm almost at the bottom of the brush holding it. I'm not holding it like this. I'm not holding it like this. Now, if you have shaky hands and this is too hard for you at the base, just come up a little bit where it's more comfortable for you right here, but you're still like a pencil. So you still have that movement with the brush. So I know that's a problem with some of us that do have shaky hands that can't go to the bottom, but if you can, but this is the alternative, is just to come up a little bit on that brush to the ferrule and be able to still move it. So in this inner corner, I'm going here and this is where my problem area is. I have to set here and right in here. And then since I still have probably a little bit left on the brush, I just whisk out. So it's just in this area, but it's very light. I mean, it's just dusting this area like this, where you put that color corrector and your concealer. I'll go back into my Nikita Banana again, going in that corner, coming down. Now, if I forget, I do know that I'll say to myself, like in the car, I forgot to set. I know that I will have to throughout the day just do a little like this because I didn't set my product. So that is really a great medium for you for serum foundation, lightweight, the salicylic acid, fragrance free, the BB cream giving you a little bit more of that moussey type of feel, hyaluronic acid, depending on the textures that you really want. You're going to get a flawless look either way, but it depends. Maybe you like to work with a thinner product. Maybe you like to have the BB cream and that's what you use day and night. It really is a preference. You have really great skincare ingredients in both. You're going to get a really fabulous, beautiful look for mature skin, not giving you texture, not being too heavy, and really giving you this kind of very even toned look. Again, we did not use a lot of product. It's about placement. It's about technique. It's about using products that support you and that you don't have to work that hard and your products don't have to work that hard. So if I was just brand new and I was like, oh gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with all of this information, what would I pick when it comes to your complexion, when it comes to creasing and having products that haven't been working for you? I would first, for sure, since we are at the 30 to 50% off today, it ends at midnight tonight, I would do the eye primer. This would be something that would start off your makeup game very strong for 2026. This is going to be a game changer for your eyelids. I know, ladies, that a lot of you, because I've been asking you on here, that you do use the eye primer and you love it. I know some of you have said you use it underneath the eye. I don't suggest that. If it works for you, that's great, but this is for the lid. Sometimes though, I do go, if I have a little extra left, I'm like, it's fine. I'm just kind of getting the rest off the brush. Linda, you use it every day. You can go to the website also, and all the ladies write in about the reviews of the products, so you can see it from them also. So you can see it on the Fierce Aging series. Try to show as many women that want to, it's a volunteer basis. It's a volunteer basis to come and share your beauty and to be vulnerable and to be raw and to show up on camera 4K under hot lights with no makeup on when you're 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I give these ladies so much credit. It's not easy. It looks easy, but it's not. And then sharing your story. I mean, the ladies aren't used to cameras. It's not their thing. And I'm very appreciative and I'm very thankful that I have these ladies that are sharing with you everything from breast cancer, alopecia, losing a spouse, starting new hobbies that they never thought they would in their 70s, traveling the world. You could be sitting on the couch thinking, gosh, I'm so depressed. I've been through blah, blah, blah. We had a lady that had lost her job, got diagnosed with cancer, and got a divorce in the same month. These are relatable topics that you don't have to feel alone. We talk about makeup, but there's a lot going on here at Nikol Beauty. It's a very powerful story. It's about changing women's lives through makeup, through confidence, through all of these things. It's really my passion. It's why I became a makeup artist in 1996. And that's why I became an esthetician in 2000. And I just love helping women on both a physical and a psychological level. I always felt that was really powerful in my treatment room, to be able to touch somebody, change their skin, but also change their mood, their view of themselves, teach them how to really care for their skin, really enjoy that. And that's why I'm here today. So that would be one of my main products there. Your Nikita Banana is great because if you want to press powder, that's going to set any of your makeup, or you want to T-zone, or you just want a brightening powder, this would be a great option also, because we're in the corrective, field here right now. I would say the Just Peachy is going to be really nice. If you're not wanting to use a concealer, you want to see what the color corrector can do for you. This is really a nice option also that you can use for discoloration. I use it on my pigmentation here and then underneath here. A lot of the times I don't even have to put on the concealer. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Does it look a little dark still, or do I need to brighten it up a little bit? Do that. Okay, then what would be other a staple product? I would say, obviously, for complexion, picking out which one you would like. You can also see the video that I did for support, so you would have more knowledge about it. I want you to know why you're using the product. I want you to know what's in the product. I want you to see it on my skin also you can go over to Fierce Aging. And also, I mentioned in our last live, we have on the website now, it's called Fierce Aging. So you can watch the video of the lady, and then below it, you have all the shoppable videos. So you can see, oh, I want to see what the lip gloss looks like, just the lip gloss, or I want to see her eye primer on her eyes. You can go and you can watch all of those for you. So hopefully that will be very helpful with you seeing it on all of the different ladies and the different colors, different hair colors, different eye colors, different skin colors, all of the things. I think that it would be a really nice option for you, but you have that knowledge for that video if you're interested in just knowing more. But that would be really nice to even out the complexion, even out the skin tone, but still look radiant, not matted down, not heavy, not cakey, not feeling like everybody's going to know you have a complexion product on. You don't want that to you don't want to walk into the room, the cocktail party, and be like, oh my gosh, she has so much makeup on. We want to enhance the skin. We want to bring out the beauty of your face, but we're not covering it up with lots of heaviness, no matter what we're using in the whole Nikol Beauty line. And then if you, of course, you're looking for a really good concealer, this would be really something nice. And again, you can watch, I have a little mini series on YouTube I did for you about applying concealer correctly. It's a very short video. I had a lot of great response from my shorter videos because I was just tackling one issue. Like, what's the issue? Okay, dark circles, this is how you would do it. I showed you on this side of the face, like if I did big doe foots and what would I do with the product. So those are really good to look at too. So I spent a lot of time on education for you, placement techniques, because I think that's really the winning formula for you. I don't think it's about just buying a product going, oh, I don't know how I really should, I don't know how I should apply this, or this is not looking right. So hopefully I'm being able to provide that for you. Joyce, you can't find the lip mask on your website. You're talking about the Dream Melt Lip Mask. It's under skin. There's a tab that says skin. So I have the Dream Melt Lip Mask underneath there. I think I have also, I moved over these bags are designer under skin. So you should see those two products there, but that's probably why you can't find it. Speaking of, this is one of our latest product launches. This is going to be also in your prep, but it's more of a nighttime treatment. You can use it obviously during the day if you need to, but it's a beautiful lip mask that has shea butter in it, vitamin E. It has safflower oil in it. It's also fragrance free. I just don't love a fragrance on my lips. I put something on yesterday and I was about to eat dinner and I kept tasting whatever it was I was chesting out. And I was like, I can't get this taste off of my lips. I think it's so weird. So this is really nice. If you struggle with fine lines around the lips, I just nicely slather this on. And I can still wear my mouth tape because I use a little mouth tape that is like a T. It goes here, straight down in here. So my lips stay really nicely hydrated. And this is a great new launch for us, but in that whole prepping, keeping everything just really hydrated and ready for the lipstick or the lip liner. The new serum shades, Sharon, we're just waiting for them to be inventoried and put into inventory. So we're thinking, I don't have the exact date, but it's in December. Joyce, you can buy the makeup bag on the website. It is available on the website. I don't know what it would be under, but you should be able to because it is a listing. All right, Jill, how do I avoid getting concealer in my eyes, but able to get full coverage at the same time? Getting concealer in my eyes. I find my eyes tearing up and creeping into my eyes throughout the day. How do you avoid getting concealer in your eyes? You're getting concealer in your eyes. I don't know how you're getting concealer in your eyes, though, Jill. Because concealer, you'd be putting down here. I don't know how it would be getting into your eyes. Are you putting concealer on your eyelids? Renee, the roses aren't available during sales. They'll be available once the sale has ended and then you can use your roses. Judy, explain lip tape. It's just, the lip tape is, I have 4 minutes left here. I'll show you. I'll show you the brand. Hold on. I've tried so many I tried so many, what do I, what am I saying? Mouth tape. Okay. I've tried so many mouth tapes. You have to check with your doctor though, because you just don't want to randomly put on a mouth tape, but this is the one I use. See how it's like this? It just keeps your mouth closed at night. So you're a nasal breather. You get deeper sleep. You get that restorative sleep. You feel so much more refreshed. So I've been using this this one's new for this year for me, but I love it because I used to wear like it's just too much. I wore this whole thing. Then I had my frownies and then I had my heated eye mat. I mean, it was like I was a mummy and I was like, eh. Again, it feels a little better just to have the mouth tape there. So that's the mouth tape. Serum is buildable. Peggy, should you apply face primer under your eyes? You know what? The face primer, I would say come to the orbital bone here. I wouldn't bring the face primer up here. I don't feel like you need it there. I would just say keep it underneath here, again, to avoid being too close to the eye area. So T-zone, orbital bone right here, not going too close to the eye. Okay, Pamela, hooded eyes. The eye primer sometimes gets into my eye. Oh, okay. So because you have hooded eyes, okay. So with hooded eyes, it's tricky because the skin likes to do its own thing. And if it's folding over, I can understand that. Maybe don't go to the base of the lash. Start further back with your eye primer. Try to do different placements because that's the only thing. The skin is basically dictating where the eye primer is going. So if your hooded eye is coming down lower, maybe you could just do different placement with it, or maybe avoid where the skin is coming. I mean, that's my only thing without seeing you, what I could think of. Marcy, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to look that up. She's telling me what mouth tape causes or nasal breathing causes. Okay. To email the team, can you please spell the beginning of the email address? It's Bridget, BRIDGET, Bridget at Nikol Beauty, NIKOL BEAUTY.com. The moisturizer, Bobby, I used was the Sonsi Super Serum. This was 25% off for the Black Friday sale. I don't know if it's still going on, but this is the Pamela Anderson company now. I have just a little less than 2 minutes. Linda loves the Sonsi. I know, me too. I've been showing it to you for months now. I'm almost done with it. A little bit past half. You just ordered the powder and the concealer. Kathleen, wonderful. I'm excited to hear how you like it on the next live once you receive it. Let's see. Any other questions? More than happy to answer any questions on complexion or anything that you might be struggling with or not so sure about. Again, remember, what colors are coming for serum foundation? I wonder what I should get. We have a lighter one, Ivory, because of the response that we received. And then we have the light medium I reworked it because I was being told it was turning to orangey. So we reformulated that in the sense of color. And so that one's coming out. So we'll have 4 colors so far. Again, this is a new product for me that I've had. So I had to first see what the feedback was so we could build on the colors and keep coming out with different colors. Concealer under or top of the foundation, it just depends on what you want. You can do it under or you can do it over. There are no rules. What works best for your skin. Any new colors, BB cream coming out? Always working on that. Always working on that, Linda. Not sure yet, but we are always revisiting and listening to the feedback from you. Okay, 30 seconds left. Ladies, I'll see you tonight at 8, a little bit more dressed up tonight. We're going to be talking about having your makeup look amazing at night, especially this holiday season. Don't miss out on the sale. No code needed, 30 to 50% off. I'll see you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you later.